Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. I hope you're excited for the morning session of the World Indoor Track and Field Championships in China, in Nanjing, China. As you may know, everything is pushed off for an extra year only because of the pandemic that we had some years ago. And this year, we get another World Indoor Championships following up what we saw in Glasgow last time. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Watch along as usual. I'm excited to see some of the things today. Then tomorrow morning, early again for the evening session. Things kick off in a few minutes' time, and we'll start with the pentathlon for women, which is we'll definitely get a new world indoor champion, and I'll touch on that in a second. But just a quick preview of the morning session. We'll get 60-meter hurdles on the way in about 4 minutes or so. After which we'll get the heats of the men's 400 meters. Then we'll get some high jump from the pentathlon. Triple jump final is this morning as well, so that should be good. There's some interesting competitors there. 800-meter heats for both men and women. Then just a little bit close to 1 o'clock. Hopefully, we can all stay up for that. The 60 meters heats for men, and then the day will close off with shot put for the women's pentathlon. So we'll end up in a situation where we'll get definitely a new gold medal. So if you remember from Glasgow the last time, Norvids from Belgium, she won it with 4,773 points. The silver medalist, I think, is the favorite for today. Saga Vaninen from Finland. Definitely my pick. Also, really good this year as well in terms of world leading. Just recently, there in the European Championships, 4,922. So I anticipate that she should be in the mix. Maybe Katie O'Connor as well for some medals. But I don't really have a full sense of what my predictions here aren't particularly strong outside of the gold medalists, I would say. But yeah, you tell me if you have others in the mix as well. Let me big up Clip Heroes. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so yeah, that would be interesting. So that's the first thing coming up on the morning session of this year's indoor championships. I don't know, anything else you guys want to talk about track and field wise, or I'll try to stick with track and field tonight. But if something else more pressing comes up, yeah, March Madness is happening in the States as well. Yeah, so whatever you want to talk about. So yeah, my stream just kicked in there for the morning session here, and there's two heats for the women's 60 meters coming up. They're already on the track, so there's I'm just seeing a picture here of Loban, who I believe was a finalist last year in the World Indoor Championships. I think she finished either fifth or sixth, I think. Yeah. There's also Grimm, Newton Smith as well. Let me get back to that quick comment there from you, Clipped. You're thinking like you get what, two? I think we'll have 3 medals in the bag. Probably, I don't know. Where you think those medals are coming from? Yeah. And then Lu from China, so she's getting hopefully a big reception there. So yeah, I think anything around 8:30s might be a good run here in the 60-meter hurdles for these women. I suspect they might go much slower than that, some of them, but but in the early eights should be decent. Yeah. And all right, cool. So they're in the blocks right now. I'm just gonna take a look at this, then I'll get back to some of your comments. Ooh, so Newton Smith there flew out the blocks there from the Australian. She's gonna win this really easily. See 8:31, 8:30 it looks like, which as I suspect, anything around there should be decent enough. So Lagasca from second, 8:54, Grimm 8:50, 8:51 for Lagarset rather, and 8:54, and Loban, who's I think sixth place from the last World Championships, in fourth. It seems like. All right, let's get some. I'll get a couple comments here. 3 medals you think in the bag? From Clip there. And Chris is saying, I'm a snub because the 60 meters all I care about. All right, Chris, hopefully you're doing well there in Western Australia. And long jump, hurdles, and 4x4. I thought they didn't send a 4x4 team. I could be wrong. I have to check. And then Tom is saying, can Azul win in the 60 from? Well, I don't know. I mean, he looked good in the European Championships. It's a very interesting question. I don't know. I mean, I think is he getting any sleep? I think he just had a baby, right? If I'm not mistaken. But I think the 100 meters is purely not the 100, the 60 meters fairly open in a sense. There's nothing really spectacular going on. It would have been good to see the Jamaican guy there, but he's not going. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good point, good question that you're asking. I think Azu should be in the mix. I would be surprised if he's not in the mix, but we'll get a chance to kind of think through that. So second heat will come in. Vanin in there. I think she's gonna win this all outright in terms of the world title, and as there has to be a new winner this year for sure. Yeah. So let me get back to a couple of your comments before this race kicks on. And thanks, guys, for joining and for putting your comments. Let's see where you are. Yeah, so I don't really know, to be honest with you, just to finish that out. I know obviously there's going to be a new title because there's no Kristen Coleman there. I think the United States represented by Anthony and Stevenson, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have to check the starters list. But I think it's wide open for a bunch of athletes to be in the mix. I have Azu in the mix, obviously, but yeah, I think he should win or could win, but it's hard to call. Yeah, you're right about that. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, no women, which is a sad situation, but I mean, yeah. Is there a link to watch? I don't have a link. If you're in the United States, you can watch it on Peacock. I'm not quite sure where else you can get it from. I don't know if World Athletics is streaming it live on their YouTube channel, depending on your location. Maybe you need a VPN. Maybe someone in the chat can help you out with that. But hopefully you find something, I mean, and then come back and chat. All right, so let's see. I don't know why they're waiting so long to start this. So I'm getting a clip of Chapman there. O'Connor, I think O'Connor can also medal. I think I have definitely Vaninen and O'Connor on the just shot there. Wallace Spearman. Yeah, definitely Vaninen and possibly O'Connor for me on the medal podium when all of this is done. Yeah. Yeah. It's good to see some kids in the stands. I mean, they're taking a very long time to get this race started. So it's Creanson, Chapman, O'Connor, Perron, Brooks, Vaninen, and Cossack. All right. So just as we know, just a quick catch up. 8:30 was the winning time for the first heat. So that's 1061 points. 851, 1015, and I think Grimm and Loban share the same time, so they both got 1008 points. Brooks, she's usually quick. She was what I think she was NCAA champion last year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what we get here. I think this definitely going to be quicker than the first heat for sure. Yeah. Oh, there's a lovely shot start there from Brooks there. Really opening up there. Flash time 8:10. So it looks like it's Brooks, Chapman, and Vaninen. 8:09 is the official time. That's pretty quick, very quick there. It's gonna be it's like 11:09 in points for sure. And so Brooks ahead of Chapman and Vaninen. Vaninen also 8:30. So really good running there from these women. Kate O'Connor too with a personal best 8:32. So both of them at the same time. So it's like 291 over 297 down to a few thousandths of a second there. Yeah. So Chris, one of our best commentators in Australia got sacked from his radio station because he said, "Oh, really? Interesting." All right, so that's it for the opening two heats for the women's 60-meter hurdles pentathlon. Really good running so far. I mean, I think anything 8:30 is really good times, and we got a couple of 8:30s here in the first and second heat, and then obviously 8:09 and 8:24. Really good running there. The two Americans are on top of the podium right now. Well, on top of the points, leaderboards right now. So, quick summary. I think we can put that up if we need. Let's see. So, summary here, we're looking at uh, so it would be Brooks, Chapman, Vaninen. I'm not getting the points right now, so I'm not quite sure. But the points was here earlier. Yeah. So 1109, 1070, and 1061, and Heat 1 would be 1061 as well. So Newton Smith as well in the mix. All right, so that's good. We're gonna get some 400 meters here. That should be really, really good. We're gonna get 5 heats of men's 400 meters. First heat will feature the medalist from last time around, McDonald. And so this is gonna be really cool, I would say. Men's 400 meters. So last time we had Doom, Varham, and then Rasheen McDonald. Those were the guys who picked the medals here. We have McDonald in the first heat here. I think Chris Bailey's in the second heat. I think he had a really good run this year, 44.70 already. Yeah, I was just doing a quick look at the yeah, we're definitely gonna get a new champion for sure because I don't think Doom is here. And it's good to see McDonald again. Hopefully he can make his way into the final and try to get on the podium again like last time. Get back to your comments. Don't forget to put your comments. Thanks for everybody for sharing. Clip is saying the venue looks small. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't checked on the details of the stadium there. To be honest with you, yeah, that's something we should check into. Yeah. It does look small. I don't know if there's like a upper row somewhere else. Yeah. I mean, outside it looks really impressive, so I don't know what the capacity is, to be honest with you. Yeah, it does have a higher level, but that doesn't mean much. It could be like it could be like a 5,000 seater or so. But that wouldn't be a bad indoor size stadium. All right, so let's see what we get here. So there's Faust there from the United States, comes in with a season best and a personal best of 45.74. McDonald has a PB of 45.65, season best of 46.93. Bronze medalist from last time, McDonald, that is. You never know what you get from Rasheen McDonald. A bit mercurial, a guy that's run sub 44. Never quite get to the levels that you would anticipate him to get to. But it was always good to see him on the podium last year. Yeah. Got what? Three guys here that's already gone 45 for the season. So there are 5 heats here, 2 automatic, and then 2 fastest losers, I guess. I don't know if it's me, but I'm not getting the vibes from this meet. I feel the athletes are out there for such a long time. They could speed this up. I know it's a morning session there, but it's night. Come on. Let's get this going. All right. They're now gonna. It looks like they're just now gonna introduce the guys to the crowd. Yeah, it's. I agree, Clip. They're taking too long here. I mean, it's we see them long before they even start doing anything. Not quite sure what they're waiting on. This they could probably speed up because there's not a lot of events this morning anyway, and it's like a 4 hour session or a 3.5 hour session. McDonough looks like he's still sleeping. We also will get some triple jump finals this morning for men, which should be really good. I think Hernandez for me probably starts, could potentially start favorites, but there's a few guys out there. There's all, the Chinese athlete Zhu, I think, also did a decent jump this season as well. A few guys in the mid 17s this year. I think Zango is there too. You can never count him out, but he's not. I don't think he's showing that much yet. All right, they're in the blocks right now. They just finally got into the blocks. You would think they could run like 2 or 3 races by the time they get this through. All right, they're off. I think McDonald's making up the stagger already on the athlete in front of him. But Foss is also running really good. McDonald is working hard. He's gonna come around and cut over before everybody else. So he brings them through at 200 meters around 21:21. And Faust is behind him. Yeah. But he seemed to be struggling. Well, not really struggling. I think Faust is making a move on him right now. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely struggling now, McDonald, that is. But Faust is on his inside. He's going to overtake him. He's taking a check, McDonald, that is. So he's struggling a bit. Ooh. He's not gonna get the automatic qualifier, McDonald's, that is. Yeah, McDonald was struggling there just to even stay in the race. So he got pipped on the line there. 46.20 to 46.62. 46.72. Kanajovic there, or Kanajovic, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, he's the one. He got McDonald on the line. I mean, McDonald ran good for the first 200 meters, and I mean, I would say up to about three. The last 50 or so, he started to struggle for sure, and yeah, he didn't have anything left. I think he went out a little bit too hard. I agree with you there, Clip. Yeah, he's looking. He hit a brick wall from about, I would say, 375 or so. Yeah. Phew. I don't know if he's gonna make it with that time though, because going first, everybody knows what's happening there. Yeah, he probably worked a little bit too hard. Maybe I understand why he wanted to break away first, set the pace, but he just didn't have anything left in the legs. So 47.72 is the bubble time here, and also 46.72. My apologies, and 46.76. So I can't imagine that taking you through, because 46.20 isn't particularly fast there by Brian Faust, but I guess we'll wait to see. Yeah. All right. So that's the first heat of 5. The second heat is coming up in a second. I don't know why they're not even on the track yet. I think this is a bit slow for my liking. Features Chris Bailey there, Sherman, Eninji, Domoto, if that's how I'm pronouncing that. I suspect I'm not pronouncing that correctly. And Yoshikawa. Yeah, Kianovic really kind of slipped through and definitely did that dip to Pip McDonald. And you have to run twice on one day, so because the semifinals are later on too as well. Yeah. Cliff is saying Chris Bailey is the main contender for the gold medal. I agree. I think so. What's he done this season again? 46, 45. Was it 44.70 or something like that? Just a shot there of Maloney, the woman from the from Saint Vincent and the Grenadines there in the warm up area. Also a shot at Ronnie Baker. It seems like, yeah. I don't understand. So this race has been completed at least 4 minutes now, or 3 minutes, and they haven't even introduced these guys to the crowd yet. They're on the track, but come on, let's get this going. So this is so that's Domotor Yoshikawa first in lane 2. Yeah, that 44.7, I saw it was pretty good. So you have to think that that should put you in a good position. He has good experience. He was in Paris, and He definitely starts favorites. Jeez. I apologize, guys, but they're taking forever on this. Cooper Sherman here, the Aussie. You guys saw that kid from New Zealand, Ruth, youngest athlete ever to break the 4 minute mile barrier. Happened what, yesterday or the day before? Yeah, yesterday, I think. Yeah. The Slovak Domotor. All right, they're in the blocks now. Bailey's already opening up on these guys, looking really comfortable. The Hungarian athlete is also pushing. I think he's going to try and cut over first. Well, actually, Bailey's going to cut over. Yeah, he looks really smooth there, Christopher Bailey. It's not really doing much. It's kind of opening up a little bit on the Hungarian athlete and Eningi, or sorry. Yeah, Bailey's cruising at the moment. There's not even there's minimal energy there. So Bailey takes this in 45.71, 45.71, and 46.23, and then 46.52 for Sherman. So he moves ahead of McDonald. Yeah, I don't think McDonald is not qualifying tonight. This is not, yeah, not a particularly great time there. Yeah. So Chris went out of the call room there at 46.76, the bubble room, right? He's not in a room because it's not like that, but uh yeah. So that's it. Bailey 45.70, Eningi 46.23. Those two got the automatic spot. And Cooper Sherman now is in first position for the slowest finishers, I guess, or at 46.52. So McDonald's is still in the bubble, but I don't think he's going to last much longer. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it. Yeah. It's tough for McDonald too, because he started off really well. I mean, I thought he came out, he controlled the first part of the race. But as you said, I think he pushed a little bit too hard. Maybe he should have conserved some more. And when he needed that finish, he just had nothing there. And the 400 meters is very unforgiving. When you hit that brick wall, there's nothing you can do. You just have to hope for that line to come. All right. So Heat 2 just completed. Bailey check in there showing a replay of him. He is not doing a single thing. This is how you run conservatively. This is how you run when you know you have to come back tonight for a semifinal. Didn't even break a sweat. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me know where you're joining me from. Get your comments in. Good watch along here. Just a little bit slower than normal in terms of the races. I think they're taking a bit too long to get this going. Well, heat number 3 on track. I think I'm seeing a Bangladeshi athlete here. Raihan. I'm not quite familiar with him, to be honest with you. There's Wendell Miller there from the Bahamas. I don't think I've ever seen this Bangladeshi athlete, or if I did, I can't remember. Paris from Honduras is there. Lima from Brazil. Sato from Japan. And Molnar from Hungary. I don't anticipate this to be a particularly fast race. Coming in here, we only have times for the Hungarian athlete here at 45:08. The others, the Bangladeshi kid, his personal best is 48:10, 47:33 for Perez. And we don't have any times right now for Lima, Miller, and Sato. So this might be a good heat for McDonald. If it's not particularly fast, then I just anticipate just the first two will get out of here. But you never know. You got to run the race. So we'll see. Let me check to see if there's any comments. No. Man, what? Come on, let's get this going. Why are they taking so long? I apologize for complaining, but I just can't. I can't imagine why I'm just sitting here waiting. You read my mind there, Clip. Clip is like, this is painfully slow. It definitely is. I don't know if I can watch this all night. I'll be honest with you. It's like minutes to 11 here, and so Molar had a good European Championships recently. Well, last week, right? Yeah. Sato here, then it's Miller, Lima, Rehan, and Paris. And I gotta be honest with you, if you were in the crowd here, you would be struggling to stay awake. It 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 sounds like a library inside there. There's not much excitement because there's no other events going on at currently. Because after this, the women pentathlon high jump will about to start, like in another 5 minutes or so. Yeah, pentathlon rather. Yeah. So first two go through, and the next two best times currently, that's I think Sherman and McDonald from Jamaica holding those positions. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, Cooper Sherman. All right, Sata is already making up the stagger on the Hungarian athlete there. He's pushing it. I think that might be to his detriment anyway. Sata is running really good. Molinar just steps in ahead of him. Miller is making a move on the Brazilian right now. And so there's a few meters between second and third there. So Molinar's, I think, comfortable here. The Japanese athlete right behind him as well. Miller's is working hard, but he doesn't have the legs to come back into it. So it's going to be 1-2 automatic here for the Hungarian, the European champion, and then it's 47-33. So only the first two will qualify. 46-35 ahead of 46-60. And Miller 47-33 in third. He's out. And so both Sherman and McDonald at 46-52 and 46-72 are still occupying those best times to qualify. So not particularly quick, but fairly good running there from Molnar and Sato. So PB there for Sato at 46.60. Appreciate it, Chris. How excited are you guys in Australia for Gout Gout? You look really good recently. I'd love to see him as a 2-4 athlete, Gout Gout, that is. I know everyone wants to push for 100 meters, but I don't think he's ready for 100 meters. And I think maybe I talked to you about this before, but I remember listening to his agent earlier this year, and they were saying that they won't be rushing him. Everything is calculated, and they should because he's a kid, but he's very talented. I suspect we could get. I'd love to see. I don't know what I'd love to see, but I think he'll be fine. All right, so heat number 4 coming up next. There's another Lima there from Brazil, Spitz, Umer, Fernandez, Griffith, and Balunch. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those correctly. There's a couple guys running through the warm-up area there for the men's triple jump. I think that's going to be exciting. I'll get back to that comment. Chris is saying it's exactly my take because you get it. Don't rush. God has a sister who might do better. Yeah, I did hear about this, that he comes from this line of family who really are good quality athletes, and someone was saying the sister is even better than him. I mean, that should be great. Griffith there from Barbados on screen, and Clip is saying God with a better turnover would be very dangerous. Yeah, I think if you think about it, he's a kid. He hasn't really built any muscle structure yet. I take it once they take it step by step, and if he doesn't suffer any major injuries, I don't know if he's even finished growing yet. That's so he could have some a growth spurt, maybe not. Who knows? But importantly, it's the management of him, and if he's clearly a super talented athlete, and if they take good care of him, I can only imagine that he will be a successful senior athlete. He's already good enough to make it out of a couple, out of the first round of a world championships. I would think. You don't want to put pressure on the kid, but I think he has that kind of a capability. So the season is long though, so getting him ready for Japan in Tokyo, Japan in September will be key. But if they do, whatever happens, happens. But like you, I think he's gonna be very dangerous as he develops. There's a shot here of Lima. I don't know what we'll get from him. I think he's a sub 45 athlete in normal settings, but I think they're showing his P. I don't know what his PB indoors. I don't think he has one. Yeah, it's probably better over hurdles though, but we'll see. Oh, Spitz looks like a kid here, but he's much older than what I think. So Wumer here from China is probably going to get some local support. Markel Fernandez didn't start, and then there's Griffith from Barbados and the Slovakian athlete Balosh. All right, so we'll get that hopefully underway whenever they're ready. Chris is saying his sister, oh, I was good, but my younger sister was much better. However, her vision was about fine art and not Olympic glory. Hey, all right, so they're getting in the blocks. 4 of 5 heats here. If you're Sherman and McDonald, you're holding your breath, hoping that it's not a particularly fast time and only the first two get through. And then they're standing up. They're taking this forever, and then once they get into the blocks, they end up getting them back on their feet. All right, they're back in the blocks now. I suspect the Brazilian kid should take this. We'll see. We'll gotta wait and see. All right, they're out. It's a really good start. It's hard to see the stagger there from the Barbadian athlete. He's not really doing that well, but the Brazilian athlete seems to be pushing it. Also, the Swiss athlete spits there, but Lima is gonna cut over in front of him, take them through at about 21:65. That's pretty quick. And so it's Lima and Spitz there with a big distance from the rest of them. They're going to open up on them in some interesting ways here. It's about a 50-meter gap between second and third, I think. All right, so Lima is opening up big time here. He's running really hard, probably harder than he needs to. 45.80. That's pretty good. 45.79 is rounded down to 46.79, and the third place, Baloch, 48.14. So both Sherman and McDonald still in the mix. 48.73 for Umeyer rather, sorry. and Griffith 49.63, the Barbadian athlete. So area record for Matthias Lima 45.79. I thought he missed a trick there. I mean, you never want an athlete to utilize the screen, but in a case like this, he could have checked and realized that he had a good 4 meters ahead of these people. And later on is the semifinal. So you want to conserve some energy here. Just a quick replay there. He had a good, what's that? One, two, yeah, a good 4 or 5 meters or more, about 10-meter lead. He's opening up on the Swiss athlete, and he probably shouldn't have done that. So it's Lima and Spitz that get the automatic qualification. The others not quick enough. Yeah, that was the result there. All right. Chris, what was the vote like for the IOC president from Australia? Who did they support? As we know, there's a new president for the IOC, the uh, International Olympic Committee. Christy Coventry from, I think, is it Zimbabwe? She, a former swimmer. She got most of the votes, finishing ahead of, I think Sebco finished third, and is it Juan Antonio? Well, Samaranch's son that came second. I think I have to look at it. Look at the results again. Yeah, yeah. But she got, I think she got 41. No, I don't know how much votes she is 41, so she's pretty young for an IS. Yeah, that's interesting. A refreshing kind of look there. I did see the results earlier today. I just can't remember what the results are. Yeah, so she got 49. Yeah. Juan Antonio Samaranch, I think his son, he got 28 votes for second. Sebco got 8. It's really interesting. Only 8 votes there for Sebco. Yeah. All right. So there's a final heat for the men's 400 meters qualification. Semifinal later on today in the morning, in the evening session. Morning if you're in this side of the world. After this, we'll get some high jump going for the that should already be on in progress. The high jump for women's pentathlon, and also the triple jump final starts at 5 past the hour. So here Sherman and McDonald still waiting here. I think they should probably go through here. Let's see. Well, maybe it depends. So there's Christopher Morales Williams. I haven't seen him in a while. I think he got injured last year, right? There's Patterson from the United States with a season best of 45.41, 45.26 for Morales Williams. And then the rest of those athletes aren't really pushing anything that serious. Desensky or whatever from Czech Republic, if I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. 46.20 PB season best this year. So it's possible that if this is not particularly quick, that Sherman and McDonald could make it through to the semifinal for the even session. So there's a shot of Letovsky there. Smith from Smith didn't start. Yeah. So the actually, yeah, and also the Sri Lankan athlete Kamaraj or Kumaraj, sorry, if that's how it's pronounced. He didn't start as well. So we're looking at what, one, two, three, four athletes here. I guess it depends on how quick these guys decide to go out. That's Patterson and Morales Williams. I mean, Desinski could also do something, so it's not quite a foregone conclusion here. So some hard running will still need to take place. Uh, just when you think they're going to start, they bring them back up again. It could also be because of the triple jump guys running through. Green card being shown. So once this gets on the way, then we'll move to some field events. Final of the triple jump should start in about 5 minutes or so. And the high jump for women's pentathlon should also go. So they're in the blocks now. Let's see. Appreciate all you track and field lovers. People hopefully are watching it and chill. Let me know. I mean, get on those comments. I always figure like I'm always watching, so why not do a watch along? So Morales Williams is pushing there, but also Patterson's running really good there. But Morales Williams now is turning up the stagger. He's running really hard. I suspect he might come. Yeah, he's gonna come across before Patterson. So that's around 21.5 ish there at 200 meters. Yeah, and that's a significant lead from for the first two from the athlete there from the Czech Republic. And so it's going to be Morales Williams ahead of Patterson. They're coming through there 45.85 over 45.94. So good news, Sherman and McDonald make it through. Who would have thought? Yeah. Let me get the results up there. So that is the result there 45.85, 45.94, and both Sherman 46.52 and McDonald, the Jamaican from the first heat 46.72. They make it through to this to the semifinal. So they live. So McDonald lives another day. Uh, I didn't think he was going to be able to make it through, but hey, he got a good reprieve there. Let's see what's going on here. They had to work there. That's Morales Williams, but yeah. Thanks for joining. Brian, my man, what's going on? It's been a while. I'm just here, we're doing a little watch along. Not particularly excited so far. I think the track and meet has been really slow. These guys are taking forever to run these races. But let's get a summary on this men's 400 meters. And so yeah, so Bailey leads them through. Lima had a really good run there, the Brazilian era record. Morales Williams, Patterson looked decent too. I think Foss looked good as well. Uh Molnar, I like what I see from him too. And obviously, look at that. McDonald getting that final spot. Had to wait from the first heat, but fortunately for the bronze medalist from Glasgow, he lives to see another day. Hopefully, he runs much better in the semifinal, find his way into the final. I don't know what kind of shape he's in, but he looked good starting out earlier today, but hit that wall. But yeah. Spitz also looked decent too. So yeah, so these are the guys getting into the semifinal. I don't think they've done the lane assignments yet, so we'll have to wait for that. Good question. I'm watching it on Peacock. I don't know where you are, Brian, but it's on Peacock. I don't know if you can watch it too on. Let me see. It's possible. Uh, I don't know where else you can get it from. There is a live stream from World Athletics, but I don't think you can get it unless you might need a VPN for it. Yeah. So triple jump is coming up next. That's gonna be excited. Martinez for me. There's Zango is there. Hernandez for me rather. I think, yeah. But Martinez, I think he won some years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So and Zango is here as well. Scott from Jamaica. So Zango here comes to defend this title. Diaz Hernandez looks really cool, coming in with some shades. Not quite sure if it's necessary, but hey, you gotta have a fashion statement. Comes in here with a best time of the year of 17 meters 71. Max Herb as well. He has what, 1743. Scott from Jamaica comes in with the fifth best jump of the year. Also in some shades. 1714 Scott's time jump distance rather. Yeah, I don't know who has the rights in Barbados. That's a good question. I'm not quite sure, Brian. Your Bayesian countryman didn't do so well in the 400 meters. But check the World Athletics feed, the YouTube channel. Maybe if you have a VPN, maybe it might work. I don't know. Will Clay is around still. It's been a while for Will Clay. He's elder statesman. And coming up, once this gets into underway, we'll get some 800-meter heats for women, then men, and then The 60-meter heats. Mapaya there from Zimbabwe. Hanilio, I think, because I think the R is like a H for this Brazilian guy here. No, the 800-meter heats haven't begun yet. We're looking at another 9 minutes or so. You're welcome. So Martinez is up first on the men's triple jump. See what we get from him here. It's like moving down. Good. It's a decent jump, but it gets the red. And as you know, we're looking at the video distance measurement for takeoff fouls here. So in quick succession, you know if it's a foul jump. So decent jump in the pit for Martinez there, but a foul jump. What's going on here? I see the men's 60-meter race is an open race, no clear favorite, just like the women's version. I agree with you. It's wide open. I don't know where it's gonna go. I mean, you could say Ronnie Baker has had a decent indoor season on the circuit. That's one way of thinking about it. The British kid, you know, who knows? But yeah, it's wide open. Yeah. As we all know, there not every athlete, this World Indoor Championships on the heels of the European Indoor Championships. There's athletes that went to the European Indoor Championships that decided not to come here. Some of the Americans didn't show up, some Jamaicans aren't showing up. So it's one of those things here. DeSantis coming down the track here. Good. Just a little bit. Also a follow jump there. Didn't look like it was that far. Maybe just like it would have been high 16s or maybe a little bit crossing into 17 meters. But oh, it's a legal jump. At first, I thought it was a red jump. Yeah. So it's actually 17:04 there for the Brazilian there. At first, I thought I saw a red, but it was legal. Yeah. Yeah. So just above 17 meters. Yeah. A lot of space on the board there. Let's see. I can show that on. So yeah. So the Brazilian is in first place. Yeah. So Zango is making a move here. Haven't really seen him. But Zango is a big time athlete. He can show up when necessary. Not haven't been jumping well anyway, but let's see. It's kind of slow down the board. No lift. That's less than 17 meters there. Not a confident run up by Zango. But you will never count him out though. But yeah, I think he's struggling to make that first, to make the board at first. Maybe the run up is off. Lots of space there, about 55.5 cm he was giving up there. But it didn't look like he had any kind of power coming down. Maybe he's struggling with something. Yeah. And of course, we're gonna see Hernandez in a second here, already with the best jump of the year of 1771. Clear favorite for me, Diaz Hernandez. Is a spectacular jumper. Very lovely coming down here. Plants. Ooh, whoa. That looks close to 18 meters there. Not quite 18 meters, but it has to be 17, at least 1775 or so, waiting for the official thing to come up. 1780. That's a world lead. World lead there from, yeah, that's it. 1780 from Andy Diaz Hernandez, the Italian. That's a massive jump there. That's literally the gold medal, I think, right there. That's the gold medal right there. Seriously, thank God Sepko wasn't elected IOC president because he has not done much to elevate world athletics. I think a lot of people are surprised. I wasn't following it too much, to be honest with you. I did see some reports a few weeks ago, and a lot of talk was about Samarash there as well, but I didn't see it coming from the. Let me just see this jump right here. Yeah, that's probably 16 high, 17 lows from the German there. But yeah, I didn't see it coming, to be honest with you, in terms of what's the woman's name, Coventry winning. But I haven't been following the whole IOC presidency thing. But I was shocked that Sebco only got 8 votes, so clearly he wasn't doing well. I seriously, Hernandez is gonna win. Yeah, I think he's already won. I don't think anyone else has a bigger jump like that. 1780 came in with the world lead at 1771. That's 1780 is a huge jump. That has to be. I have to check the all-time list, but that must be top 25 or top 30 jump for sure. And so, yeah, Herb's jump was actually 1691. So Su Weng now, the local athlete, is on the runway. Good jump. Oof, pretty decent. That looks like a good jump there for him. Definitely over 17 meters if it's legit. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Let me get that up. It's so that's 1709 puts him into second position right now. Yeah. So the Chinese have two athletes here. There's Zhu Zamin too. So I think he's on the thing. Scott is gonna come up next now. The Jamaican. 800 meters on the track. Nakai in the first heat. Alemu as well. So they just shift away from the triple jump. Just from the results, I haven't seen it, but the Jamaican Jordan Scott fouled. So he will have to make sure get it right on the next jump. So the women's 800 meters are on the track. They're introducing them right now. Korea there from Italy. The Italians are really coming through strong with a bunch of athletes. The programs are definitely improving. All that work they're doing down there at the sports science facility there and outside of Padova, Italy. Patricia Silver in lane one from Portugal. So here we get the first three qualified to the semifinal. So it's Nakai, Alemu as well. So 800 meters. No, I can't. I can't show it because I get into copyright thing. I'm not quite sure where you can see it. If you're in the states, you can watch it on Peacock. But yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat may have a stream for you, but I can't show it. Sorry about that. So so there's Adair there from Kenya. I think Alemu just went through first on the first 200 there, but I didn't see it properly. Yeah, I hear what you're saying there about the event. I mean, some of the top athletes aren't here for sure, but I would say you definitely have when we go outdoors, we'll have at least four women capable of giving you, you know, some 155s, or I would imagine 156 outdoors. So I I think it's still good. I mean, there's a few athletes that have to step up. I think likes of Sedagiso and all those. They should probably step up at some point even more. But we'll see. So about 200 meters left in this first heat of the women's 800 meters, and let me try to follow this real quickly. Silva is in the mix too. There's Nakai. There's Adira as well from Kenya. So only three go. Ooh! Nakai didn't make it. It looks like Silva from Portugal wins this ahead of Aderu and Alemu from. This is pretty close here. So Nakai is gone. So it's Silva 204.44 ahead of the Kenyan Adira 204.46. Alemu 204.48 and the Italian 204.50. I have to see this finish again. So just the first three go through. I don't know what happened to Nakai here. Just got run out. Whew. Alemu there could have. She thought she had this comfortably, and the Italian athlete could have pipped her. Look at this. She's slowing down, and then Silva and Adira just comes ahead of her. Whew, that is risky business there. Let me check what's going on in triple jump right now. So Raffin also had a fall jump. Will Clay had a fall jump as well. Zhu Yaming did jump a 690. So it's Hernandez with the world lead at 1780. Su from China 1709. De Santos from Brazil 1704. Max Verb from Germany 1691. Zhu from China 1690. Zango 1688. And Russell Robinson from the United States 1650. A couple more athletes left to go there. And let's see what we get there. Who's this Italian guy going down? That's not particularly good. Basuti. I don't think that's a legal jump either. Gotta adjust that run up somewhat, a few centimeters over the line. So the Spanish athlete is coming up, Ruiz. 1678 is his season best, 1694. I can't recall seeing him jump before, to be honest with you. I think he missed that. That's a foul. He missed the board. He got on the board, but I think his run up was off there. Yeah. All right. So a bunch of guys there in foul trouble. Yeah, you gotta, way over the border. All right. So the second heat of the women's 800 meters should be coming up on track next. As the first three automatically go through. So it's heat 2 of 4. Duguma is there immediately on screen already with a 1:58.97 this season. I think that's the best time in the world this year. Weru there from Switzerland. Kiprotich from Kenya. Ibazabal there from Spain. Wu from China and Rinda from Canada. That's the lineup for the second heat of the women's 800 meters. Let's see. Oh, the physics of 60 is pure. The women's 60-meter hurdles may just be the main talking point of this World Indoor Championships. As usual, you're probably right there. And they're off and Wiro there just before Duguma, but Duguma ahead, just checking her foot. I don't know what happened, looking down on the track a little bit. But she is comfortable there. Let's see what they get through. So about almost 30, 29:40 for the first lap. Kind of easy here. You got to get the first three automatically qualify. That's actually the only three that qualifies. So this is a more tactical race here. It's not a timing issue. You got to make sure you finish in the top three. The pace is not moving that particular fast. The Guma is doing a check. Weru there coming on the outside. The Chinese athlete. Is that Chinese athlete in the mix too? Not quite sure. Yeah. Oh, the Spanish athlete is in the inside. Oh, there's a little tussle there. The Guma had to keep her balance. She could have, yeah. And Weru almost clipped someone there too. So there's a little bit of a argy-bargy going on out there. I don't think it's necessary, but I think the Guma is controlling the pace and the others are trying to push it, and it's hard to move her. So there's the Guma, Ibazabal, and Weru. I think those are the three that might be in the mix. The Kenyan is trying to make a move too. So the Guma is going to win this comfortable, probably in third gear. And it's a push from Weru and the Spanish athlete and the Kenyan. Let's see. So it's like 204. Let me see if I can get it up. So Ibazabal pips Kiprotich there at 205.10 to 205.11. Ooh. So it's 204.52 for Duguma, who qualifies fastest time in the world this year at 158 and change, I think. And Weru 204.91, and Ibazabal, the Spanish athlete, ahead of the Kenyan. So those three qualify for the next round. Ah, hi Sonia. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Ooh. I think Weru is just doing a check there, kind of slowed down a bit. Yeah. Ooh, this could have been dangerous there. But fortunately, all three went through. Let me get a quick check again on the triple jump. Martinez. So everyone fouled after Robinson. Martinez had a second jump, which he also fouled. So that means the Jamaican is gonna come up soon. I think Zango just jumped again. He moved up into fourth position now at 17:01. Let's see what Dos Santos can do. He's in fourth right now, or third. It's a good jump. If it's legal, that's a little bit, maybe seven. That's 17 and change for sure. 17:09. So 5 cm better than his first round effort. So he's into second now. So Andy Diaz Hernandez 1780 leads. We're leading time. We're leading jump rather. I don't think anyone's catching that tonight. Let's see what the comment section. How many times did Maria Matola? What, 6 or 7 times or something like that? Maria Matola, one of the greatest 800-meter runners, could be the greatest. Maybe it could be 6 or so. We have to check. I know she won it a bunch of times, and she also had like maybe a couple silver medals, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 or 2 or so. I have to check, but I think it might be 6 or 7. Let's see. Let me check. Maria Matola. All right. Maria Matola, World Indoor Championship. So she won in 91, 95, 97. That's 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3. Second in 99. First in 2001. So that's 4. First in 03. That's 5. First in 06. That's 6. First in 04 out of 07. It looks like it's 6. Is that 6? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if I'm counting correctly. Yeah, whatever it is, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Maria Matola, the great Maria Matola, man. One of the all-time greats. Some big battles there. Thought she should have done better in Olympics in 92, and yeah, and in 96 she was third. She had those battles with the Cuban woman too. Yeah. Freighter now. When does 800 meters start? The 800 meters on track right now for women. We're heading into the third of 4 heats right now. They're just showing Segodiso, the South African athlete, there on screen. And so it's Tobias, it's Andrews Paul, Caldwell, Getachew, Sedagiso, and Yarigo. Those are the women for the third of 4. 3 automatically go through. And following the women, they'll get to the men. So Tobias here as well. Ferdinand, man. Give me a sec. I gotta shout you out right there. Ferdy, how you been, man? How you been? It's been a while. Yeah, I said Agiso. I think I like her a lot. I think there's a lot of potential there for her to do very well. Maybe grab some outdoor medals if she can. Getachew went through a little bit ahead of Sedagisa, a little bounce there from Prudence and Getachew there. But the pace is not particularly great right now. Yeah, let me see what's going on in the race. I kind of missed a little bit here. But it's Getachew and Sedagiso in the mix right now. Tobias is there too. I think I like what I'm seeing from Prudence. The New Zealand athlete is stepping up a little bit. Final lap right here. And Tobias is now into third position. She's making a move for it. But it's Getachew and Sedagiso here looking quite comfortable. Tobias is trying to stay in the mix, and those 3 are opening up a distance on 4, unless the New Zealand athlete has a kick. and the Australian athlete Caldwell. I think these three will go through. So Prudence is going to go ahead of Getachew there, and Tobias from the United States. Those are your automatic qualifiers there. So that's 203.89 to 203.91, and Tobias at 204.42. Those three are your automatic qualifiers. Uh, Caldwell and the rest won't make it. Let's see. Let me get back to some of your comments. Ferdinand said, "All is well. I love the athletes." Yeah, she can medal. Yeah, I definitely think Sedagisa could medal. I wouldn't put past Get It True to obviously Duguma as well. I think there's something there, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Princess did a really good job there. Asir saying, it's quite surprising to know that only one African man has won the 60-meter title, same for the women's title. Yeah, I guess I don't know how to make sense of that either. It's also there was a moment in time where like indoors was largely dominated by Europeans and the Americans in some interesting ways. It starts to open up differently over time too. There are some parts of the world that don't really believe in an indoor season, but I also think there's a realization that sometimes you may want to participate in an indoor season because there's exposure, there's money, and yeah. Subsema, who 1, 2, 3? I don't. You asking for results or prediction? I'm not quite sure. So there's one more heat left of the women. Let me put it back up on the screen just for if you want to see the results. So the last heat was heat number 3 was won by the South African Prudence Sedegiso ahead of Getachew the from Ethiopia and Valerie Tobias from the United States in third. Those automatically go through. There's one heat left, and that will also feature the Maloney from St. Vincent. I really like her. There's also Billings from Australia there, and Nia Akings one to look out for from the United States. And that will finish up the qualification. Then we'll switch to men. Let me take a check on the triple jump that's in progress. So Scott from Jamaica is now on the board, but his mark was 16:55, so I think that's like a safety jump potentially. They're showing O'Connor here now in the high jump for the pentathlon. So she just cleared 172, so that gets you about 879 points. Chapman in the lead with 1954, Brooks 1951 in terms of points there. Yeah, so the round. Let me just give a quick roundup of the triple jump here. I think the gold medal is over. I think Garcia Hernandez is going to win. No one's coming close to that. I don't think. The Santos in second, Su from China in third. It's pretty close there. We're looking at athletes at 1709, 1709, 1708, 1701. So all it takes is a couple good jumps here, and you could be amongst the medals, I would think. Back to your comments, and thanks, guys, for rolling in on the comments. And as usual, thanks for the support. Yeah, Shaquifa Maloney, very good, very promising athlete. Our sights, a little soft spot for her too. My wife's granddad, who lived all his life in Trinidad, but or seven, he just died last year. Is 102, but he's originally from St. Vincent, and so I have a kind of a soft spot for that too. Yeah, very promising athlete. I like her size and build. I think I'd love to see if she can do something special. this year outdoors. Last year, I thought she could have been in the mix, but it's a tough Olympics. But I think she has a lot of promise. Ferdinand is saying indoors ain't that great in Africa. Ethiopians are best presented. Akini Sampini changed his training schedule. The 60s is more working on his start. Yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of South Africa and athletes there, Ferdinand, I think that you guys have to work on Walaza really quickly because very talented. Saw him last year obviously at the World U20 Championships in Peru, but the there's some issues there with his running style, and I think they have to fix it right now. They have to fix it because it's good to see him going sub 10 and that low 20 20 and change in the 200 meters, but I think whatever his ceiling is, his running style isn't particularly fitting to help him there. Ferdinand is also saying Akins will advance. So, yeah, let me watch this race here. They're showing Maloney on screen now, the woman from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Have some good St. Vincent rum downstairs, but I'm not drinking, so. All right. So Welly goes. I can't remember how that's pronounced, but I think she won the European Championship, right? Yeah. So this should be good. Billings too. There's Billings from Australia, and Bredlinga from Austria. I expect Maloney. I expect Akins. I expect the European champion as well. It's going to be a tough race. They'll have to run well. And so they're off. So it's Maloney and Akins there. But Akins is a little bit in the back. Maloney's already getting into lane one right now. And kind of even pace. There's a Swiss athlete around her as well. The Austrian in the mix. Nina is in the back, so I don't know if that's a strategy from Nina or she's struggling with something, but she's dead last at the moment. But she has a 159.3 this season. I don't like what I'm seeing from Nina here, unless I know sometimes she kind of hangs out in the back, but she's with the pack, but some work needs to be done here. Malone is still leading ahead of the Berlinga there from Austria. And now Nina starts to go wide, and she's now up into fourth, I think. Yeah. But into lane two a bit. All right, so Nina Akins is there. I think she's gonna make a step at some point. It's just her tactical race. Maloney is there somewhere. Oh, Maloney's getting a bit behind now, so it's gonna be the Polish athlete taking the lead. Nina Akins there, Billings from Australia, and Maloney's now going in reverse. I don't know if I like this. She has to either go out wide at some point on the home stretch. And Maloney's now stepping on it. So it's going to be Nina Akins ahead of Maloney comes in for third. So, whew. So it looks like Atkins, Vilgosh, and Maloney there. Maloney had to do some work there to get into the automatic spots. So that's let me get that up on the screen, guys. So here you go. That's the three qualifiers for the women's 800 meters. So all three go through there. And Billings has a personal best of 203.60, but not good enough. I'm not sure I like that style from Maloney there. She started out fairly well, bit in control, and then gave it away and had to really sprint hard on the home stretch. Probably had to exert a bit more than necessary. Yeah, that's not particularly good there. Anyway, let's see. Maybe she's carrying something. Her face doesn't look so good. Billings was running for her life there. Akins, I like how she looks. Gels bouncing. Pretty good run there. Let's see where we are now. Just a quick check on the triple jump. Nothing has changed really there. Let me get to some comments here. Thanks everyone for participating. I see you were saying nothing much to be read into those results from the ASA Grand Prix in South Africa because they were done in high altitude. I hear you. I mean, there's always some good times coming out there. Sometimes they don't even ratify sometimes coming out too, but and I agree with you on that. Ferdinand is saying, I don't expect a final. I don't think he can make the final either. Relay team definitely 100 meters in South Africa is strong lately. I I would say when you think about Walaza, I don't even think we should be thinking about making any finals or anything like that. Or it would be great if we could make the South African team individually and get a taste of what it's like to run with the big boys at the World Championships. But what I'm concerned about is that the technique is bad, right? There's a clear gap between one leg and the next, and it's. I think I was talking about it earlier this week on the live. You think that sometimes you don't change an athlete's technique, right? But if assuming it's not doing anything to hinder their performance, but in this case, there's no way he's not running efficiently with the leg for sure, and that neck thing he's doing like that is bad. That is easier to fix than what's happening with his legs, but I think they have to adjust that. That's I would say forget everything and fix that form, and then build him back up because he'll have a long career. You just missed the St. Vincent woman there, Shaquifa Maloney. She I'll put the results up again for so you could see, but she finished third in the final heat there in heat four. Let me get it up for you. She qualified for the second round, obviously, uh, but maybe not in the way you would want her to do it. She early in the race, she seems as if she was in control. Maloney, that is, and for some reason gave it up and had to work a little bit, well, more than a little bit, I thought, to get back into automatic position. But she's on to the next round, and that's what's most important. I suspect she may be carrying something because, and I haven't checked up because she's not running as good as she ran earlier this season, but who knows? Wish her all the very best. Nina Akins look really good, and we'll go see from Poland, the European champion, looking good as well. Let's see. Let me get back some comments here. LA Olympics, my target. Let them build him up. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he has time, and it's a different level to run as a junior into a senior. A series of Quilson Wilson and have terrible technique. Yeah, Wilson uh, less so. I would say he has that. The arm is going too much out there for me with Wilson too, so that is an issue. And sometimes I suspect Wilson's issue is probably that his body isn't ready yet, right? But and they need to build him up. But they need to work on Wilson. But Walaza is that's out there. That is not the kind of technique you want to see at all. It's just going to be an efficiency issue. It's going to hinder him. He's going to lose a lot in terms of his ability to maximize his speed. And he's running fairly quick now, but that's not going to serve him well. So I would hope that they can figure it out soon. And Ferdinand agrees with you. All right, let me get back to see where. Let me check on this triple jump here. Mm, let's see. So Sue is on the board right now. So good jump there. If it's a legal jump, it is legal. It should be. I don't know. It might be in and around. I don't know if it's better than his first. It looks like a little bit over 17 meters, but I don't know what that is. Let's see. It's a legit jump. 1704. It's not better than his first round effort. Still in third position there for the local man there from China. I don't think he did. Being so, I think I saw him running recently, but not really good though. I think he was coming back from something. I swear I saw him doing a 60-meter, but he was way behind. Maybe an event in China. I'm not 100% sure. I have to. I'd have to check again. Give me a second. I'll look into it. So Scott is down. Oh, that's not particularly good. It's going to be 16 meters and change. It's not going to be better than his first run attempt. So no improvement from the Jamaican. Still in the competition, in eighth position right now or so. Not enough height there. And he's definitely not utilizing the board enough. Maloney came third in her heat, Natasha. I'll put it up in a second. Oh, Zhu just went into second position there at 17:33. That's a big jump. Let's see something here. Yeah, so Bingtang did run this season. I think he ran 665 in the 60. So I'm correct on this. I did see him. But I don't know what position he's in or what kind of shape he's in. I'll get that back up for you in a second there, Natasha. So that's the results there from the final uh, heat of the 800 meters for women. Sorry, that's not it. That's heat for Maloney there, finishing in third at 2:03.56, and she automatically qualifies for the next round. Is any of the college athletes listed for the men's 60 meters? Not American, I don't think. I think there's a couple. I'm not 100% sure. I have to go look at the results again, the starting results. Starting The start list. Sorry, I apologize. Because I know many of them didn't show up because of the timing as well. But I think some of the there, I think that there's a couple athletes that are representing their countries, but not for the U. I don't think not for the U.S. athletes. So men's 800 meters are coming up next. Just saw a shot of Al Zaveri, Zhao Zheng there from China. So just as the women, the first three automatically qualify. No times, no nothing. It's just tactical. Well, times matter in the sense that you gotta make sure you're in the top three times in your heat, but places is what matter. Yeah. Yeah. So the top three qualify here, and then the three sorry, yeah, then the three fastest qualify. So I am actually right. So times do matter in this one. Yeah. A second there. So Miller from the United States seems to be leading there with about 3 laps to go. The guy from France is there as well. Miller is there. I'll get to that answer in a second there, Asir. So Miller is like opening up the lead here. It looks pretty decent. The French guy is right there. So 1 lap to go. 119 at 60. That's pretty decent. So Mazin just took the lead ahead of Brandon Miller from the United States. And first and second have about, I would say, a 3 or 4 meter lead. So it's going to be Mezzine from France, then Brandon Miller from the United States, and Rivera from Puerto Rico. 146.07, 146.47. Let me see if I can get that up. And that's your first three go through. So it's 5 heats, top three go through, and then the 3 fastest time make it to the semifinal. So right now we're in like the 147s. I don't know if that's gonna last, to be honest with you. All right. Sear says the men's 800 race is shifting away from Africa. Why is that? Interesting question. It's a lot of I'm not quite sure I have full reason. Here's a couple of that I think about. I think sports science improved. I think Europeans are doing some interesting stuff. The Americans are doing some stuff. Some of the advantages like high altitude, everybody's finding a way to do high altitude training. I think technology is really improving. If you look at some of the training methods that some of these athletes are using, the wavelength stuff is being used on certain training grounds, nutrition improvement. Some of that has to do some stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I'm surprised. There's still athletes coming out of Kenya, obviously, your one Yonis, but not enough. Maybe you need some more North Africans to start doing some stuff too. It's a good question. I mean, it could be cyclical too. It's hard. It's really hard to pin down. Some people point to the anti-doping stuff too. I don't really know, but the Kenyans have a lot of questions to answer to in terms of some interesting stuff happening there. So it could be cyclical, but the Americans are coming, the Europeans obviously. I mean, I still think Ken a Rob from Canada. I mean, there's still there's still conversations there. I suspect one only might break the world record this year. I mean, that's a big. It's not a big stretch given what we saw when he delivered that super time there in altitude, which is a tough thing to do over 800 meters last year in Kenya. Yeah, it's I don't know. Uh, it's probably one of those things. Yeah. Ferdinand, the men's 800. Yeah, quality. You're saying, yeah. Uh, all right. I haven't seen the pentathlon in a minute. Let me see where we are there in that. They're in the high jump right now. I think Cameron Newton has already gone over 175. So did Chapman. So did O'Connor. Salming as well, 175. Zooks, 175. Brooks, 175. A bunch of women have already cleared 175. So still some early stages there to kind of settle out on that. Yeah, we will get the men's 800 meters. And once the men's 800 meters are completed, then it's going to be 60 meters for men. And we're looking at 8 heats there. Hopefully they go quickly. It's like way past my bedtime. So this is Rafa now, France now coming down. He has 2 falls so far in the triple jump. He has to make this in order to stay. Not a particularly good jump. I think it's another fall there, and he's gone. It's not a good thing, when you don't record a mark. It's tough for the French athlete, but his night is over. Let me get back to your comment there. Quick. It's a good question. I mean, you're asking the tough questions tonight here of what relevance is the pentathlon in the modern era. I guess you have to have something for the multi-distant event, and it works in the context of indoors as well. So, can we read much into it? I'm not quite sure we can, to be honest with you, particularly when in the case of the women, the athletes aren't here, or some of the decathlon men don't show up. But it's still an opportunity. It's an event. It's a chance to represent your country. It's a chance to make some money. And sometimes you find, you want probably work on a few things. I don't know. I don't take much stock into it. A lot of indoor stuff too is also hard to think about what it might mean for outdoors. And I feel like in a year like this, when you have a major championship that's very late in the season as well, you don't get all the athletes you may want showing up. So Basuti there in the triple jump. I don't know. Yeah, he didn't hit the board correctly there, but I think he might be out. 16:37. That's not good enough. Oh, did he make it? Oh, he got into 10 spot. Yeah. So he has the final spot. Yeah. So Will Clay's gone. Petrolili from Brazil is gone. Ruiz Martinez from Cuba and Raffin from France. They're all gone. So the French guy did take the last spot. Because it's kind of interesting stagger. They'll drop another two, I think, and then you get to the thing. Yeah, the 800 meters going is going on for men. I mean, if you mean the women are all gone. I can give you a quick summary of the women right here, but the men are coming up for heat two. So let me get you the summary of all of the women's 800 meters here. Just quickly show you. And so Nina Aiken's leading with the fastest time of the day. Maloney's there as well. The European champion, we'll go see. I always mispronounce that. And yeah, so that's your summary of the athletes there. So it was the first three from each heat that made it through, and Nakai didn't make it, so that's a notable absence there, and so on. And the men's going on, yeah. Give me a second. Ah, very good, very good. Yeah, so let me get a. Give me a second. So the Brazilian will come up in the final heat. So he won't come up until heat number 5. So we're now in heat number 2 of the men's 800 meters. So I'm gonna kind of look at it real quickly here. I've been following it. So, but this doesn't look particularly fast anyway. This is where. So the top 3 goes through here. This is like 122 at 600. This is gonna be pretty slow. They're not really moving here. So there's Shenitev there, Canales. So Dajuga is gonna win this against ahead of Chenichev and then Canales, 149.09. That's like crawling. I don't know, to be honest with you, in terms of stream. If maybe someone in the chat can help you out on a stream. I don't have a stream. That's unofficial. Sorry about that. So yeah, these are the top 3 that go through. I mean, I can't imagine 149.83 making it as a one of the fastest losing. Let me see. 147, 147. Yeah, there's no way that this 149 is gonna make it. These guys were on cruise control here. All right, this looks like a pentathlon look here. This is Vananen, who I think will win the gold medal. Let's see where she is. All right, so she finally cleared 175. Brooks here trying to go over 175. Made it. Currently in the lead right now. So early days in the pentathlon, obviously. Only this is the second event of the morning. All right, so men's 800 meters. The third heat will be on track. Oh, this is going to be a quick heat. Yeah, I got Creston here, 144. Chappelle, 144. It's a bunch of guys here. Two guys, 144. And the Spanish guy, Diariba, at 145. So you got to push in this heat. All right, sorry about the silence there. I was just kind of checking something. This should be a good heat. So Creston, Chappell, and Diariba, those are the top guys here. I suspect if they can find a way to take control of the race, then there's no need to overexert themselves. Only top three automatically go through. But if you're the other two, you want to push with them because you might be able to get on a time. Jared, my man, what's up? How you been? I guess you're up in time to watch some 60 meters in a second. I've been doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just trying to watch this 800 meters here. Sorry, 2 laps to go, 54.73 there. But this pace is not particularly fast either. So I think these athletes kind of recognize that they just got to make it through. Creston, Diariba, and Chappell are the class of the field. If they can all come through, this is not going to be quick because 1 lap to go at 600 meters, 122. It's going to be like 47 or 48. Yeah, so they're checking. Creston and Chappell and Diariba are checking each other. This is going to be three guys just trying to keep the top three. Yeah, they're all checking. So all three will qualify. Yeah, pretty slow heat, but a tactical race in the sense that no need to exert any kind of energy there. So that's Creston 148.94, Diariba 149.16, Chapel 1, 49.30. Those three will go through. I don't think the others have any chance. I haven't been keeping up, but I think there's some 147s in from the first heat. So two more heats to go, and then we get to 60 meters. Yeah, just a quick replay on there. So there's going to be a good race. All right, yeah. So I'm doing well. Uh, do you think Kennedy? I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. Well, we did run this here one six. You did one 6.4s, right? But I don't know if the what that means in the. I don't know. Let's see, Cody. I What's up, Cody? I'm watching it on Peacock. I'm in the States, so if you have Peacock, you can get it there. Uh, if you're outside of the States, I'm not quite sure where to get it. I think World Athletics has like you can watch it live through their stream, but only in certain locations. Maybe you need a VPN. I didn't check up on it, to be honest with you. That is Solomon there going over 178. Yeah, I don't know who has the rights in Canada then. Is it CBC? There should be something. Normally there's a list of like where the rights holders are for every country, but I never checked this time, and I'm running solo right now, so I can't even ask someone to help me. But yeah, maybe you need like a VPN. This is Scott running down. Ooh, that's a little bit like 17-ish if it's legit. That looks like 17 and change there for Scott. Let's see what the numbers come up on this. 17:10 for Scott. He's not. Yeah, he's close to podium there, but not enough. Still a lot of work on the board left there for the Jamaican. That moves him up to fourth position there. 17:10. Let me put that up on the screen. So Jordan Scott there with his best jump of the night moves him into fourth position. Still need something bigger in order to get into the medal places. I can't see anyone beating Hernandez. So it's silver and bronze up for grabs, if you ask me. Yeah. Let's see. This is Vananen here trying to go over 178. And she does it. Yeah. Yeah, glad he got the stream, Cody. Uh, we, we, Yeah. Will Ingebrigtsen double? I don't know. I mean, the truth is, Jakob usually starts favorites for everything. It's just a question of whether or not you get him in a tactical race, but possibly. I mean, is that good? I mean, ooh, that's 178 there for Newton Smith. She clears on our final attempt. Yeah, I mean, I never really count out Jakob, to be honest with you. So we'll see. What do you think? I don't know, Jared. I haven't checked. You have to check yourself because I'm running like by myself here. Uh, let's see. So we're in the back to the 800 meters. Let me see what heat this is. This is heat 4. So there's Clark, Josh Howe. I mean, Howie has been having the race of his life, and he got Kibet, Lazaro, and Ishii. Let me get that question. Where is he? So let's see what you're asking. Do you think the mile and 1500 world records will go this year? Outdoor 1500? I don't know. It's been a while that we want that to go, right? Men, and you're talking men, right? Uh, it's possible. I mean, but I I I just don't fully know, to be honest with you. It's been one of those kind of struggle fest to get athletes to get to the. I mean, that Icam Rouge record has been there for a while. I guess Jakob has the capability, but I don't know. Yeah. And Cody, I think he has a 15, but a 3000 will be competitive with Arrigo. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough thing. But he looked good over 3000 recently. I often think in the longer distances, Jakob has more time to make less mistakes, but we'll see. We'll see for sure. Carl can't seem to watch a champs from Brazil. Interesting. Have you gone on the World Athletics website? If you go on World Athletics, maybe they'll tell you where. I don't know if Brazil is a location that they'll allow you to stream, but you can check there to see if it's there. And yeah, do you think we'll see 142 in these finals? I don't know. Maybe Josh Howe has to. He may answer that question, right? But Howe is special. We'll see what we'll see. I mean, I often think I don't know. He's been having a fabulous season, fabulous indoor season. I think you got to think about what he's gonna want to do outdoors this year. Yeah. So how is there in this race? He's opening up on Kibet right now, but both of them are there. The Japanese athlete is still in the mix. But how he's gonna come through comfortably here? He's gonna win this in about 148. So quite, didn't exert any energy there. So it's not a quick race at all, which is a good thing. Yeah. Let's see if we can get those results up. So Joshua 148.14 ahead of Kibet 148.31. And the Italian made a good finish in the end there at 148.75. So a couple athletes still in the 147 and she from China at 148.06 on a bubble time as well. So the final heat coming up here, which features the Brazilian so 151.02 is gonna have to make a big run if he's gonna make any attempt here. Uh Okay, yeah, I've gone to World Access. They say it's geo block from making the live stream available. Sorry, I don't know. So I don't know who has the rights in Brazil, and then clearly somebody in Brazil has the rights to it. I don't know what maybe maybe it's maybe on free to air TV, or I have no idea. Maybe you gotta Google that. If they block it in your country, that means someone paid for the rights. I don't know who has the rights for Brazil, to be honest with you. I do love Brazil. I should have been in Brazil this week, but I didn't. Last year, this time I was in Brazil, in Porto Alegre. So O'Connor here, ooh, went over 181. Very nice there from the Irish athlete. It's really good jumping there. So we have one more 800-meter opening round to go for men. Van here trying to go over 181. Let's see if she can get over 181. Ooh, she does it. So 181 there. And Chapman here is going to try and go over 181 as well. And she does. So the pentathlon high jump is heating up really nicely. Yeah. All right. So one more 800 meters to go, then a bunch of 60-meter opening round. Want to see where we are in the triple jump. So Diaz didn't take his third attempt. So world leading time of 1780. Zhu Zaming 1733. Dos Santos from Brazil in third position right now in 1722. Scott from Jamaica 1710 rather, and Wen Shu from China 1709. Zango in sixth position 1701, the defending champion. So it's all heating up here. I think the only medals up for grabs are silver and bronze because no one is getting to 1780. So Newton Smith didn't clear 181, so she's done. Cody, thoughts on Grand Slam track? I've been working on this interesting video / live stream to go through it. I'm excited to see what it might deliver. They're trying something interesting. Prize money is much bigger, which I suspect is in part to lure top athletes to go. I'm skeptical about the long-term viability, but I wait to see. I'd love for it to be successful. I want to say that they what did they say? They started out with $30 million in startup money. There's a bunch of people working there. I suspect a large amount of that is going into paying athletes, securing venues, to in some cases helping to fix venues in Jamaica. They have secured some television rights in the United States, in Europe, and other parts of the world. We don't know how much those TV rights cost, so that's interesting. Uh, how much can you really get from gate receipts? The real way this can be successful is if it can appeal to people who aren't hardcore track, right? So you're gonna need um, uh, people who pretty much probably watch track like it during the Olympics, right? And then you can get them on, right? I just don't see it, right? I just don't, you know. eh, I don't know how their marketing is working, to be honest with you. I've been seeing some stuff on social media, but but you already have me. I already subscribe to Peacock in the United States, so it's like they're not getting any money out of me there, and I'm not traveling to go watch any of the events anyways because it doesn't work with my schedule, and so maybe I could go to the LA one, but I have to really stretch to do that. Uh, yeah. So I have to think some more about it, Cody. I don't know what your thoughts is. I don't want to be critical in the sense that obviously they're limiting it to just track events, and that's their right. It's their own thing, and it's a kind of league structure. They have these people who signed on for big money, potential to reach to make good money. Whether it has to be a great television product that appeals to just more than the regular track and field fans. And if they can do that, then it might be a start. We've seen different leagues like this pop up over time and don't sustain. So they have to have a plan to, at some point, kind of make money, right? Because no one is, Michael Johnson saying, I'm doing this for the benefit of track and field, but it's a business. So I get that, but it's not that thing. Yeah, I see you laughing at that. I just realized that that was the number you had asked. I thought you're like it was like 143 or 144. Look, the great Wilson Kipketer did do this, and when he did it like 97 is back in the day. Josh Howie made some really good running this year. I don't know if he can get anywhere close to that. I doubt it. Also, I don't think there's a need to run that fast. Like what's the point, right? When you have an outdoor season. So I don't think he will. I think the aim is to pick up a gold medal if he can. He should. And then, try to gear up for outdoor season. All right. So this 800 meters is in progress. The Brazilian is in second right now. It's not going to be a quick, it's like 53:35 at 400 meters. That's not good. Let's see. Oh, the Brazilian guy pulled up. Oh my God, his hamstring. He's gone. Ornas is gone. The Brazilian athlete is gone. So the Czechia athlete is in the lead right now. That's a huge kid for 800 meters here. It's a Kenyan guy trying to come on the inside, it seems. So Dudica here from Czechia wins this ahead of the Kenyan athlete. And the Polish athlete there. Only those three will qualify. It's a pretty slow 148. And the Brazilian athlete, he's walking, but hopefully it's just a cramp. But he did pull up. Yeah. Let's see again. And usually you don't see athletes pulling up in the 800 meters. Oh, something. He's holding the hamstring there. Yeah. Yeah. Something went wrong there for the Brazilian. Yeah. All right. So that's the end of the 800 meters. We are. All right, Jared. Got it. You got to go to bed. Yeah. I'll see if. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get up and do the afternoon session tomorrow too, because yeah, I don't have any. I have some meetings in the evening, so I can do the morning session. Uh, yeah, it looks like a hamstring pull. Hopefully, it's not serious there, Darren. Maybe it's a cramp. Hopefully, it's a cramp. But yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough Freighter, because you want to finish the race, right? Yeah, it's. I agree with you. It's a tough one. So that's the end of that for the 800 meters. We are gonna have a bunch of 60 meters. After which I'm gonna call it a night. I know there's shot put for pentathlon, but it's like actually the 60 meters won't come out until another 20 minutes. I don't know why. Ooh, that's a good jump there from DeSantis. But he got a no jump there. So a fall jump. Cody's it's late at night for me, so I'm heading out. I have training in the morning for track. Great stream. I'll check in the channel in the future. Appreciate it, Cody. See you next time. Have a good workout tomorrow. Yeah. What events do you do? Yeah, we'll talk about it next time. But yeah, let's connect another time. Yeah, this 60 meters is like coming up. It's like I'm an old guy now. I can't stay up this long. So Zhu Yaming here is on the board. He's not even sprinting. Something is wrong with him. You're 800, man. But coach has me doing 450. It's a lot of running there. Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with that. We'll talk more about it. Yeah. Something happened to Zoo. Yeah. I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe we'll see something from the British athlete, or there's this New Zealand kid that ran 6'4" this year, but he's there. I don't know uh how fast he can go. There's Ronnie Baker around for sure. He's usually in the mix. But it's not particularly exciting, I don't think. Cody's saying my coach is Mark Up's former coach and current strength coach. So great. Well, yeah, great hands there, right? Great. Arup is still in Mississippi, right? Is he? Yeah. Yeah. All right. See you. Take care. So 15 minutes time, I think, to get the men's 60-meter heats on the track. I don't know why we have to wait 15 minutes. I think they want to get this triple jump probably off the track or so. O'Connor there missing at 184. Oh, she could have almost she hit it off with her heel of the foot. She had a height there. Should have gone over. Vanine there trying to take off some strapping, it looks like, on the ankles. So let me give the roundup of this high jump here. So Connor got 181 for Chapman, 2 also Vaninin. Salmon at 178. She's usually a better jumper than that. So combined points so far is Chapman, Brooks, O'Connor, and Vanian. So it's like 2052, 2000. So 10 points separating third and second, and very close here in the women's pentathlon. Shot put coming up in another 20 something minutes or so. All right, let's get to these 60s. Showing Scott there in the triple jump, but I don't know what that meant. I have to check the results again. So Scott on his fifth attempt was 17:04, so it hasn't improved on the 17:10. Still in fourth position. Ooh, that's Herb there. That so the German just moved into sixth position there with 17:03 ahead of the defending champion Zango. Zango needs to get into sixth position because they're gonna. So only the top 6, I think, will compete for the last 6. And Hernandez is already passed on his third, fourth, and fifth attempt. So Zango has to go above 17:03. He's motoring hard. Ooh, pretty close there. It's a green flag there for Zango. Wait for the measurement there. It looks above 17 meters, but I don't know if it's good enough. So Hess had 17:03. And he got 17:15. And that's a good jump there for Zango. Moves him ahead of the Jamaican as well. So got right into fourth position there for the defending champion. So the German is gone, Hess is gone. So only the top 6 will get the final jump. So you want to make sure you get that. So your final 6 would be Hernandez, Zhu, Dos Santos, Zango, Scott, and Su. Let's see. The Brazilian is gonna go here. He's not out of it yet, but let's see if he. No, oh yeah, actually, we're in the final jump now. Is it? No, no. We're still in attempt number 5 here. So Dos Santos is gonna try and see if he can upgrade his medal right now. Hmm. It's probably like 16 and change or just above 17 meters. So I think Hernandez Diaz is not jumping for the rest of the evening. And so Zhu is gonna try his 5th attempt here. Good land on the board. That's a good jump there. But it may not be better than his 1733. It looks like 1720s. Wait for the official jump. It's a legal jump. So it's like 1727 for Zhu. So Hernandez definitely going to win the gold medal. I don't think anyone's jumping 1780. He hasn't even jumped since the second round. So it's Hernandez, Zhu, and Dos Santos right now in the medal spots. Zango had a big jump to stay in the competition at 1715. So 6 guys will go for the final jump here. And that will determine the medals. So I think Shu will go first in the final attempt, then Scott, then Zango, then Dos Santos, then Zhu, and I suspect Hernandez won't be jumping. He's lacing up his spikes right now, but unless someone threatens that 1780, he's not jumping. And another 3 minutes before we get to the 60 meters. 8 of them. So Sue is gonna come down here. He has to get a big jump if he's gonna get into this medal spot. So final jump for Sue, the local boy. That's a fall jump. I could see that from my eyes. So he won't finish better than sixth. That can be a legal jump. Okay, it is a foul. Yeah. So it's over for Su Weng, finishing in sixth position at 17:09. So Jordan Scott from Jamaica will come next. He has to jump above 17:22 if he's gonna get on the podium. This is it for him. Gotta get above 17:22 here. Short run up for him. No, not good enough. That's not even 17 meters. So Scott bows out to in fifth position at 17:10. So it's up to the defending champion Zango to come up with a big jump to get on the podium. Otherwise, the Santos, Zhu, and Hernandez. I think Hernandez for sure on top of it. So Scott's final jump was what? I didn't see it. So Zango is here now trying to get in the get a medal here. Not the best of seasons for Zango, defending champion from Glasgow. Needs a really big jump if he's gonna get on the podium. If anybody can do it, it would be him. No, not a good jump there. All the timing on that went awry. So Zango won't better his 17:15. That's a fall jump as well. And our medalist is gonna be Hernandez, Zhu, and Dos Santos. So let's see if Dos Santos can upgrade to a silver medal. He needs to beat 17:33. And then we get to some 60 meters. Let's see what this big Brazilian can do right now. Yeah, Simbini, I have a lot of time for him. Hopefully he can do well. So this is the Santos there. Doesn't look like a good landing on the pit. Definitely won't get to 17 meters. So the Santos picks up a bronze medal, a former medalist, I think, from some years back. And he picks up a bronze medal here for Brazil. And Zhu now needs the jump of his life if he's gonna upgrade from silver to bronze. So the 60-meter guys are waiting. I can see them on the side. So it's a good jump from Zoo if it's legal, but definitely not better than a 1733. And that's it. And so your gold medal goes to Diaz Hernandez from Italy, 1780 world leading time, a fabulous jump. Came in with a world lead, extended his world lead, only jump made one attempt. Well, he had a second attempt, but fouled and passed ever since. Zhu picks up a medal, so the hosts are on the medal board. Dos Santos from Brazil picking up a medal to add to his silver, I think, from some years back. So those are the first three medals that were handed out. Oh, it looks like Diaz is gonna jump again. I find it strange that he would be doing this after passing one, two, three, four attempts. Why is he going again? It's motoring down. I don't think he's gonna do it. Yeah, he runs through the pit. Yeah, he had to be cold. All right, so that's it. So that is your medalist there. So Diaz Hernandez, 1780, world leading mark. Zhu Zemin, 1733. And Dos Santos from Brazil, 1722. Those are your medalists. Defending champion Fabrice Zango in fourth position. Scott from Jamaica, fifth. So time for these 60 meters. Let's get these things going so we can so I can go to my bed. Akini Simbini from South Africa in the first of 8 heats here. Season best time of 6:57 for him. Robertson from Great Britain, personal best and a season best. Personal best 6:54, season best 6:55. First two from each heat qualify, plus the 8 fastest times qualify to the semifinal. So let's get to some sprinting. So that's the lineup for Heat 1. Mazurpov, Deng from China, Kunwar from Nepal. He has a personal best of 7:02 and 7:29. This is part of World Athletics' effort to expand the sport. Robertson 6:54, Simbini 6:53 as his PB, Volko 6:55, and Spike 6:65. First two and automatically qualify the next 8 fastest times. So good start from Robertson there. Oh, and he pulls up, and Simbini is coming through, and the Chinese athlete is there too. Akina Simbini wins this, 6:57, which would be equaling his season best. I think Dang is in second, but Robertson there just pulled up after a beautiful start. Not quite sure who will take the crown, to be honest with you. It's one of those things that kind of wide open, to be honest with you. I could be a number of athletes. I guess I'll probably have to make a decision later on today after I see the first everyone go through on this in the opening round. Oh, that's a good start there from Robertson. Then felt his grind. Simbini was right beside him as well, but Robinson definitely had a better start. Hope it's not too bad. You could see the grimace there. That looks like some kind of a groin issue there somewhere there. Ferdinand, well done, Simbini. No, it is. It's no one is. Look, I think Ronnie Baker might be in the mix there. You know, you never know. Simbini could be in the mix. It depends. You know, we'll see. I guess there's no clear favorite. That's my take right now. So I don't really know. Let me just put the results up here. Sorry. So 6:57, 6:62, 6:64 rather for the hometown athlete Deng. So those two go through automatically. Spike is on the Canadian is on the bubble 6:67. I don't know 6:74 rather. Sorry, I'm not quite sure if that would be good enough, but we'll wait to see. That's the lineup for Heat 2. So Kobe Hilton from the United States. JJ is saying, yeah, I agree with you. It's no standout. There's that kid that ran that 640 from New Zealand, but I really don't know him. I'm not quite sure if he can deliver at this level either, you know. So as a party there from Australia, 652, William Reyes from Switzerland, 662 as well. 652, 662. Hilton, 657. Then Luke Haga from the Solomon Islands has no recorded mark. Thiago Prata from Brazil, 660. And the Sri Lankan Shaman Yodasinghe, 663 too. And Dambrauskas from Lithuania, 662. I can't say I know these guys, to be honest with you. I've seen Hilton at the US championships, but first two. So it looks like a false start from the guy from Sri Lanka, Yoda Singer or the Shaman. He's clearly gonna get a red card. So lane 6, reaction time 0.042. So you can't start faster than 100 milliseconds, which I've been on record to say that they should change that. Whoa! But his reaction time was anyway. He got a reprieve there, so they haven't kicked him out, which is wild. Yeah. The other singer did have a reaction time of less than 100 milliseconds, but they gave a green card. They're taking too long to get up. I don't understand this. What are they doing? Like, what kind of starting is this? Just gonna get another green card here, or a yellow card, or something of a green card. Yeah, they're taking forever, JJ. I think, well, one in that set position, they were really off. And the first one, yeah. Hi, Alex. I'm watching on Peacock if you're in the United States. If you're outside the United States, I'm not quite sure where you can get it. World Athletics has a live stream, but it may be restricted depending on your territory. So you can try the World Athletics live stream. Go on their website. There should be a stream there, but it's restricted if there's a provider in your country. All right, it's off. I don't know what's going. Looks like Hilton may have gotten it, or the Australian. I don't know. So Hilton from the United States picks up the victory. I think 670, but it's pretty close with the Australian Azapradi. No problem. Yeah, you're welcome. It looks like Hilton for sure. He's been given at 670, but they haven't narrowed down the rest. It's very tight though. Clearly, a photo finish is coming here. but only the first two go through. I'm waiting for a replay, but it looks really tight. I guess I suspect you're a Sri Lankan friend. So Reyes also given a time of 670 for second, and the Sri Lankan got a time of 670. So everyone has 670. So three of them qualified. That means that they cannot separate. The first four athletes are given 670. This doesn't make sense. I need to see the breakdown. Okay, so yeah, here we go. So Hilton has been given the first place, so it's like 670, so it's like 6.93. Then Reyes and Shamad 6.97, and then the Australian got 0.698, so he's legitimately fourth. So because one and two can be two and yeah, so there's two second place here. Yeah, because as you know, they got onto 1,000 of a second, and if they can't go further than that. It is. It's a wild time there. So like four guys running 670, separated by thousands of, well, one couple of them you can't separate, and then one here is like 1,000 of a second separation. So heat 3 is, let me get the lineup here. So Ebanks from Jamaica, season best of 654, personal best as well. Costa there from, and Florio from Argentina 667. Crespi from Spain 658. Hassan Said 675 from, is this the Maldives? And Grillo from, I think, Malta 683. And Brathwaite from the Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, BVI. So that's the lineup for the third heat of the men's 60 meters. Well, Jamaican comes in with the fastest time. Let's see if he can replicate that. It's a bit shaking going on at the start here. All right. It's a very long hold, but the Jamaican is out there. So, but he's going to get run down now. Ooh, it's the athlete out there. It's the BVI athlete in lane 8. Looks like he took it. I think the Jamaican is finishing here with a third position. So it's Brathwaite wins this in 664, running out in the, not lane 8, what am I saying? But was whatever lane he was in, and Crespi 667 and Ebanks from Jamaica. That he started well, I thought, but didn't have enough. 670 there. He was in lane 8. Yeah, sorry. So that's the. I see here 6-7 men's in the 60. 670 men in the 60. How did they get there? Yeah, it's wild. It's the master of the photo finish, man. It's funny. I was just rereading Beyond the Finish Line again from Jonathan Finn, who is, I think, I forgot, he's at a Canadian university, but it's a really good book on the cultural evolution of like the photo finish and all that stuff. And I read it some years ago, but I was just kind of thinking about doing like a video or something, and I wanted to see it again. Yeah, the coming down to photo finishes for sure. Like, so it's like 670 for the Jamaican there in third, but like in Heat 2, you had two guys on the 670 as well. At least, well, the Australian guy had a 670. I don't know which one is quicker. I have to check and see. They'll show you for sure. But those two, but the Jamaican is in the mix as for the. Let's see, what was Heat 1? Yeah, he's definitely in the mix for the 8 fastest times. So the shot put has started for the women's pentathlon. This is Salmi there. Ooh, that might. It's a little bit over 40 meters, it looks like. I wish he could be in the conversation when it comes to the 60. He's the Asian champ. Kiribati is here. I don't disagree because he ran what 653 this year, right? And has a PB of 650. I feel like medals are gonna be issued in the 6.5s for sure. So definitely in the mix. So there's Mark Brian Louis there from Singapore. The Italian here, Yassin. And the Latvian athlete, Yanis Robert Salitas. So Yassin Bandego. And yeah, let's see. I'll get to that. I don't think so yet. Yeah, hold on. That's a good start there. But the Puerto Rican guy's coming through good. Ooh, that's a pretty good run there. That's 649 there from the Puerto Rican. Albelushi was in the mix, but he popped up a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. National record for Puerto Rico, 649. Albelushu, 658. Got out well for the Asian champ, but he kind of popped up there. I think he lost some speed there. But there's a couple non-automatic qualifiers here at 667 and 668. So Louis and Nishikawa there at 667. Those two are the two quickest, I think, going into the non-automatic. 649. Well, well, well. Amelia showing some love for Puerto Rico there. Shane, no. The answer to that is no, not yet. Yeah. He's in the seventh heat. That's a quick shot put there from Newton Smith, probably in the 13 meters there or 12 meters. I didn't see it properly. Definitely didn't hit the 14-meter line. Yeah, 30. Very nice, Shane. Queensland. Yeah. Oh, almost like on the fort. That's Akana there, but not quite 14 meters. All right, so that we got Heat 5 coming up. So they got Chapman here in the shot put circle. Yeah, 649 national record there for the Puerto Rican. You can't complain. I mean, needed something to warm things up here. I guess they're focusing on pentathlon and the shot put right here because I'm not quite sure why we're not seeing the rest of the heats for the men 60 meters. So we got to wait that out a bit. That's probably 11 meters and change there for Souks. Definitely didn't get any elevation there. Debbie, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Oh, that's a big throw there from Vaninen. That's way over 14 meters. Looks like it's 15-20 from Vaninen. That should take her into the lead right now. Good morning, Moses. Yeah, it is morning. It's like 1:27 here. I'm ready to go to bed. Great to hear, Debbie. All right, so this is the fifth heat of the men's 60 meters coming up. We got G here from China, Ronnie Baker. Baker's been doing good on the circuit this season best of 650. And Tolosa there from the Cook Islands. Again, the first two. So that's Tolosa from Cook Islands, Vori from Finland, and Murray from Canada, and Grigorian, and Weasel. Let me get back to these comments quickly. I hope Ebanks and Watson come through. Yeah, Ebanks is on the bubble right now. He finished third in his. Is it third or fourth? Yeah, I've got to check. Yeah, he was third in his heat at 670. He's in the top eight right now to qualify because it's the first two and the fastest eight. So right now he's still in the mix. But it can start to get challenging depending on what we get. Set position. They're in a set position. It's a good start there from Ronnie Baker. Very good from Baker there. He's pulling away. He's easing down now. Really comfortable run there from Ronnie Baker. 656 ahead of Murray from Canada, 663. And the Chinese athlete Z. That was really impressive running there from Ronnie Baker. Really impressive running. Shut it down. He got out really well, executed well. Once he got to speed, no one was really around him. Yeah. Yeah, he did make that. It's a good run there from Baker to open up. He would be proud of that, I think. Conserved energy at the end, 656. Yeah. So 664, 666, those guys are still in the mix. So replay there. Yeah, he's looking comfortable. Enough time to kind of shut it down. And Murray ran really good there as well. No, he hasn't yet. I think he's in heat number 7, I think, Debbie. I believe he is in 7. Let's see. Yeah, Kennedy is in 7. So this is like Samling here in the shot put. She has a best of 14:08 so far. That's a good jump. throw. Excuse me. Good throw there from Salmon. That's definitely better than our first throw, I think, at 14:08. So that 14:69 there. That moves her up into fifth there. It's good. It's not a good throw there from Newton Smith. Not getting enough height on the shot put there. It's just kind of going flat. And also a bit slow across the sector. She gotta move much quicker if she's gonna get some more elevation there. Newton Smith, that is. So 12:50, 12:14. Our first throw was 13:06, I think. Brooks fouled in her first attempt, second throw here for her. It's not. Ooh, that's over 14 meters. Going a little bit wide. Almost could have gone out, but legitimate throw here. So over 14 meters, it looks like. $14.08. So pretty good there for Brooks. I guess they're kind of putting in between the running and the pentathlon at the same time, the shot put. So Koskak is up in the sector here. Did 11:20 in the first. That's not. That's terrible. I don't even know if that's even 11 meters proper. She's kind of stretching the first foot across the sector. So no power because she literally goes and then the weight is on the back, so she doesn't get anything from that. All right, so I think they're gonna show this 100 meters soon. I got Wells there from the United States. Cece's there. The Azu from Great Britain as well. So Wells, Mustafa, Kamal, I think. I don't know how to pronounce this one. So Windsor from Nehru, Jeremiah Azu there. Did well at the European Championships. Cisse from Cote d'Ivoire. Ford from Barbados. And Mayu from what's PY? French Polynesia, I think, or something like that. Yeah. Let's see what the indoor champion from Europe does here. I'm like literally losing my voice. A very good start there from Azu. And he's up in it, and Barbadian athlete is coming well as well. It's really good running there. It looks like almost like he false started. They didn't obviously, but a really good running there from him. So we're looking at 6:53 there from Azul. Really good running. Ford also with a personal best 6:57, and 6:65 for Cisse. He's still in the bubble here. They need to show the top eight fastest times because I'm lost track right now. Four to five training says TN going big for New Zealand. So good running there too from the Bayesian athlete. It's a little bit inefficient. He was kind of moving over uh, to the right of the lane, but Cisse's form is all over the place. But Azul looks really good, comfortable. So 674 still in the mix. It looks like. So Ebanks is still in the mix. Oh, There's a big shot there from O'Connor there. That looks like it's over 14 meters. So Heat 7 is coming up next. It features the 1464 for O'Connor there. That's a big throw. So Kennedy 643. Let's see what we get there. The New Zealand athlete is right beside him. Tian Webton, I think. Let me take a check on the shot put. Vaninen is here again. Let's see. Oh, that's a little bit like 14 and change. I guess they're now showing it. So this is where we are in the pentathlon. And Vaninen, I think she's definitely gonna win. Well, I don't know if she's definitely gonna win, but I think she's my overwhelming favorite. Good throwing so far. At this rate, I'm not getting up for the morning session. Huh. The evening session, rather. Let's see. So the afternoon session starts 6:30 my time. definitely not doing that. I'll try to get on by the semifinals for the 60 meters, which is around 8:03 a.m. The guys are sitting on the back of the block, so that means they're basically have these guys waiting too long. So Lachlan Kennedy on the screen. Let's see what he can deliver already with a 6:43 this season. And Tia Welton 6:52 or 6:50 as well for his PB this season. Let's see if the guys from let's see if the guy from down under will deliver on his early season form. So good start there from Kennedy, and he's moving, he's motoring. He has time, and not the South African, the New Zealander was right behind him too. But 6:52 there for Kennedy. Tian Welton there 6:62, and the Italian 6:66. I think he might be in the mix too. At this point, the Jamaican might be out. So 6:52 there from Kennedy. Look really good. Buffor there from our Buffor there from Italy at 6:66. I need to see the replay on this, but Kennedy looked good. All right, they're gonna show it again. Come on, come on. So good start there. Very low from Kennedy. Really good. A little too much backlift for me, but oh, he almost fell there. Whew. Kind of leaning a bit too forward, but good run from him. So 6:52 Kennedy, Welton 6:62 there from New Zealand, and Awuba 6:66. I think definitely. I guess the rest haven't populated. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's populated now. And then one heat left features Jamaica's Rowan Watson. So yeah, one more event, and I'm gonna call it after that because Been on for like 3 hours and 46 minutes. I should be back for the evening session, but not for all of it because I need to get some sleep. So yeah, we're looking at uh probably Watson here. Hopefully he should comfortably get through. It's much quicker than the rest. I mean, the Senegalese athlete has a 6:54, so not too far off there. And even the Hungarian athlete. Yeah. Let's see what Brooks can do now with the shot put. A little bit too slow for me, but again over 14 meters. So it's not bad. She's shifting though in the in the sector. That's a bigger throw than the first for Brooks then. So she's doing well there. So Coscott there, maybe on the cusp of a 12-meter throw there. Not quite sure if it's over 12 meters, but shot put isn't our greatest event. All right, so eighth and final heat should be coming up here after they give us some more shot put. Hmm, that's probably like 13 meters there for Lou. So O'Connor in the sector. I mean, I feel like they could just run the 60 meters too. But I respect what they're trying to do too. But ooh, again, good throw again from O'Connor. All right, so I think they're gonna show the last heat of the men's 60 meters. There's a picture of Rowan Watson there right now on screen. So Kinashi there from Japan. PB season best of 660. Inoki from Fiji, I think. 688. What's this? Kranamaralov, I think. 663. Rowan Watson, 650. How you pronounce this? Fomopakadi, I think. 712. And Falsar from Senegal. and the Hungarian Dominik Ilovsky, 6:58. Okay, I think it's for Makati. Sorry. Yeah. Set position. Clean start, and Rowan Watson looks like he's having a good start. There's the Chinese athlete out there, but Watson's going to take this 6:54. And it looks like it might be Kanashi there for the second position. So 6:54 for Rowan Watson from Jamaica. The Japanese athlete Yoshiki Kanashi, 6:60, equal personal best for him. Ilovsky from Hungary, 6:63, and also Fall from Senegal, 6:67. I now need to see the summary because I don't think. And so Ebanks from Jamaica misses out, even though, he misses out at 670 there for a small Q. So the small Qs go in at 668. Are you guys seeing this? Yeah. So all the small Qs are under 670, I think. Yeah. So just again, that's it. So Watson 654 and Kanashi 660. Good running from the Japanese athlete. And I think Ilovsky goes through as well at 663. Also Fall Sar from Senegal. All right, I think they got Vanenen in the sector again here for the women's shot put in the pentathlon. Let's see. Already with a 15:20, what can you get here? Oh, that's a big throw. That's a big throw. That might be bigger than 15:20 for sure. That looks bigger than. That looks like it's going close. That looks close to 16 meters there. 1581. That's a big throw there from Vaninen. All right, guys. I've been doing this for 3 hours and 4 minutes. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go to bed. Evening session starts morning for me at 6:30. I don't think I'll be on that early, but I'll try to be on before the start of the semifinals for the men's 60 meters. It's my pleasure. Thank you all for joining me, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you on the channel and check out some more of my other videos. I'll see you. Bye bye.